I really enjoyed the range of presentations that were given. You had some very broad-ranging, strategic, thought-provoking presentations, but then some really interesting practical ones, like obviously the Barefoot School, and also the neurologist who talked about how individual actions are really what counts in getting overall change.
So I'd liked a lot the story about stories, and I think that it's very important to look at the stories we tell ourselves and the stories we tell our environment, our friends, our colleagues, because I think that makes a big difference, and I think it's all about honesty and integrity. That I will go home with this.
I like the human aspect the most. We're talking about the planet and the environment, but it's very much us humans that are being affected. So my favourite was the Barefoot Doctor, and I was amazing how people interacted with that video, even though he wasn't personally in the room, but we as an audience were able to interact with him. And I really like George Marshall and the human aspect of storytelling too.
I love the fact that it started from the big picture, really all the big issues that we're all here to talk about, to hear about, we know about, but it boiled it down to the real local and finally the personal. How can we, with our behavior, with our choices every day, make the change and really walk the talk?
It was great to be here tonight, and I have to say I was really inspired by two of the things I saw tonight or heard. So one was Helen Slotje, who went from being a corporate lawyer, like myself, I used to be a corporate lawyer, to being a grassroots activist against fracking. And the other thing that really meant a lot was also to hear Bunker Roy. He's a very inspiring guy. I've met him actually, and to hear him talk about the sort of his background and how he's basically using the power of people in communities in order to bring these very big changes to the lives of women and to poor communities, that was also really inspiring.
I enjoyed the practical urgency of the problems, that you can do these things as a person. They don't feel beyond reach to do. And I think that the speakers gave riveting talks, full of passion, full of conviction, full of their own ideas, which they shared so openly with us.
For me, the most inspiring talk was the last one, on storytelling. I mean, having been working in communications for a couple of years, I think there's a lot of truth on the need to get the right story and to use understories to underpin policy making worldwide we're here in Brussels.
If I had to describe TEDxWWF with a few words, I would say it's inspiring, innovative, and it really restores your hope in humanity and what we can actually achieve if we come together.
Intellectual, practical, charismatic, and energetic.
Incredibly broad-ranging. I'm so impressed by the full house and the number of variety and range of people who are here.